Hello, fellow informaticians. Welcome to the first session of our class, Social Informatics. According to the course calendar, today we are doing our discussion about R programming language. And at this uh, part and at this level, we are talking about the structures. It gives you the idea that how programming languages handle different data structures. If you remember, last session we talked about vectors and lists, and I hope you are fine with them now and you have done enough practice with them. Okay, today we are gonna do matrices. Matrices are quite famous data structures that we know them in math. We have studied them in high school. We have studied them at university, or maybe you are doing them now. If I want to introduce them to you quickly, for example, this is a matrix and we have different elements here, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, how many rows do we have here? 2. How many columns do we have here? 3. And it is the first two-dimensional data structure that we are doing together in R. The previous one, I mean vectors and list, both were one-dimensional. Okay, now we are going to do a two-dimensional structure in R. About this part, now you are good with it. A matrix is a two-dimensional homogeneous data structure. So it means it is very similar to vector. You cannot put data of different types. And remember, in future, we are gonna get to know some tricks and some points about making more sophisticated data structures. I'm talking about combining all these things, but here I put for you the standard definition that we have in the documentation, that it says matrix is a two-dimensional homogeneous. So when you are using a matrix, all the data are of the same type, like vectors. A matrix can store data of a single basic type. You see, it is being emphasized again, and it can be numeric, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be logical. Logical means true, false, for example. You can have them. Character means any name you like, and etc. The syntax we use to make a matrix is this. Okay, you know now the syntax for making a vector. We started with C. You know the syntax for making lists. We start with list. Now you are seeing the syntax for making a matrix. It starts with matrix, okay? After that, you put the data. Makes sense. For example, when you see here below an example of a matrix, okay, Matt, the name of the variable, and see, when we are going ahead and ahead, see, you are become more acquainted with the style and our programming language. I'm not gonna repeat some of the articulation that we had before. For example, when you see this math equal, you should quickly get that. Here, instead of equal, you could put this sign, and math is the name of the variable and matrix is the syntax. Okay, here is the data. So you expect the matrix that you are making, its data is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, And here, since it is two-dimensional, my friends, since it is two-dimensional, you should say how do you want these numbers get arranged. For example, do you want get arranged like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want it like this? Or do you want it like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or do you want it like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see, you can manage different arrangements. And of course, here in the video, we don't have enough time to go through all of them, but you, as a great homework, you can try all of them and quickly reach out to me if you have any problem in making any of them. But I'm going to tell you about the logic. So here we have, you see the data, and here is one part that is very important. So you see here, first we put the data. Data is a vector. And after that, you are doing the by row. By row is a logical variable, okay? It can be true or false. When you say by row, you are telling the computer you want a range of this data that is here by row. So it means that you first fill out the rows before you going to the next row. So it means that it is like this: 1, 2, 3. You see, by row, by row. Here it is by row again, by row. But here it is not by row, it is by column. So I just gave you the point. Check it. Replay the video. If you are confused, replay the video. Ask question, but try to learn it. Make your mind muscular regarding R programming by doing these exercises. Okay, so by row is true. So it's gonna make our matrix like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you are telling how many rows do you have? I have 3. How many columns do you have? I have 2. And after that you have your matrix. And after that you have an element that is, as you can see, it is because it is dimension. Okay, I guess it is dimension. I just said it because it is the names of the rows and columns. I just wanted to put a name over there because all the names that you see in R, all of them make sense. So here you have to remember it, dim names, and since it is by row true, and you see here, you put the names. First you put the names of the rows, and after that you put the names of the columns here. Now we're going to R and we try everything, and I'm gonna show you some different situation to make sure you have a good understanding of that. So far you see, my friends, it's easy to create any data structure in R. You just need to know the syntax, and after that you just have a good understanding of the syntaxes. As soon as you look at them, when you have the syntax in front of you, you can make any of them. Now we are in our environment. Don't just watch. Start working with your R. Stop the video and try to run the commands and just use this demo that I'm showing you as a help. Try to strengthen your instinct regarding R because it is a very important programming language for you as a data analyzer. Okay, so I'm gonna put this math here. I want to show you something. Math to see how much. Let mate R. You see, when I put anything, it brings all the close matches to the things. Okay, I put equal. When I'm putting matrix, okay, see what happens here. It as you can see, the syntax that we just discussed together pops up with complete description. So when you are working with R, in fact, you have everything. As you can see, it says you need to put data, you need to put number of rows, number of columns. And here, one point you notice, the order of the items that I put in the PowerPoint is different from here. So it's a good news for you. It means that R is not sensitive to the order of elements in matrix, in lists, because they have names. Okay, so I continue with that and I fill out the items, and you please do that. When I have matrix, I open the parentheses. So it showed me here everything. So as you see, I'm now following the syntax over there. I put data, and you see I just follow that. I don't need to memorize anything. So after that, I put the numbers. So to just save time, I stop it here and fill out the rest exactly the same as the PowerPoint. You can do the same. When I'm doing by row, okay, here I want to put true, okay. You could put true or you can put false. Okay, I put T. You see no helps comes up. I put, you see it is not. And now with this help that here, it shows me, it tells me, Milad, the correct true is the capital one. We don't have true with small letters. So I click on that. So in that way, it mitigate, I guess the correct word, it bring down the chance of making mistake while you are doing R. That's the reason I always recommend RStudio. Here I'm gonna put comma, and as soon as I put dim, you see dim names come up. Make the most out of this service RStudio offers. Another point, when I put the formula, the command from the PowerPoint, it is here. But you see here we have a sign, X sign, in a red circle that shows something is wrong. Whenever you see this, in fact, RStudio is telling you something is wrong. Now the problem is I missed one parenthesis. So I put that parenthesis and you see it disappears. Now everything is the same as the PowerPoint, so I'm gonna run this line. So we get the run, and after that I get the print of this matrix, as you can see. You see here the name of the rows A, B, C, name of the rows A, B, C. You see here name of the columns D, E, as you can see here D, E. Here I told it 3 rows and 2 columns. You can now change everything and see the results. Please, my friend, play with this formula and try different settings. Here I change one element. Here, as you can see, by row is false. So it means that we want RStudio arrange this data for us by column. So first make the first column and then go for the second column. Let me run it and now see the results. By row false means in fact by column true. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are arranged by column. You see 1, 2, 3 by column, 4, 5, 6. Please try other settings as well.